Hello everybody, this is Sonia. Now I've come back on today because I want to show you how to make a fairy house. Okay, now Elaine, you're not allowed to look at this because it's not actually your fairy house, but I'm going to just show people how I went about making the fairy house that we are swapping. We had really no rules on it that we were making another fairy house. So I wanted to show everybody how I made the basis of this, and then I'll show you something else that I've made for it. So the one that I got, that I've been making, just actually at a stage where it's doing a bit of drying at the moment, I made out of a coffee tin. It was larger than this one, a bit bigger round, and this one's got a little bit of coffee in the bottom, but I don't think I get Jeremy to save me these bits. But I'll just show you the very basic idea of how it's done. So if you decide, actually, oh, there's something in there, I can't show you that. So you work out sort of how far around you want, how high you want it first, okay? So you work out how high you want it, and then you measure around, of course, and then cut. So I'm just going to figure out, because I will make this one up and maybe I'll have a competition and somebody might win this. Okay, so we're going to make a line around here. I'll just do a giveaway so people can have something for being my good subbies and for commenting on my channels and things like that. People that comment on my channel, just randomly I'll pick one of the what's the names videos, and I'll pick a person's name out. So that's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to make it, there's coffee blowing around everywhere, I'm going to make it, and it's going to be for one of my subscribers, okay? In a thing where I'll just do a random draw. Don't have to do anything, just comment on different videos. I don't know which one it will be yet, that I will pick out. Because, oh dear, now I've got this thing out too far. Gone too far for now. Whoop. This is a deadly thing, this thing off. So you want to cut around here. It is not that as hard as what I make it look, I promise you. Little whole hands sometimes give you a bit of a trouble, but we still keep going, don't we? We've got to keep going here. Now I should have showed you what the sort of things you would need, but for this you need a coffee tin, and then you will need a knife, of course, some such thing like this. Now fairies don't, I suppose some fairies could be very precise and some fairies might not be. We'll just get rid of some of that with their cutting out, you know. I'm going to wipe that out now with wet thing, because that's the only way to dry it. Because this coffee thing is actually made out of cardboard. Once they used to be actual tin, now they're cardboard with a tin top and a tin bottom on them. I'm just cleaning out this thing here. I'll be back in a second. I'll just wipe around in that to make sure I've got all the coffee out of it. Because we don't sort of drink the coffee that you percolate, we sort of just drink this old. Well, it's okay. I only have a couple of cups a day. I don't think it'd hurt me. Anyway, you just have to have a drink there. Now, to make this so it actually will open, because that's what I want. I need it to open. I don't want it to have a closed bottom in it. I'm actually going to cut the bottom out of there now, because unless you actually want it like that, and that's not going to be what I'm doing anyway, so we're going to go with this. Hey, we're going to take the bottom. You should have took the bottom off first. No, maybe not. Doesn't matter really. Okay, right. So here we go. You know what I should have did? I should have cut it off the end where the lid bit was. You know, where you open that. If you're, no, that's not going to work either. Okay, because we need. Let's keep going with this. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the first person to do this, but this is just how I did mine, okay? This is how I made mine. seen lots of different ones all over the place over the time, but this is, and then I don't look at them because Sonia doesn't like to copy people's things. I do things like other people make, but I don't like to make it exactly because you can't sort of do that. It's, well, you've got to make it your own, don't you? So come up with your own ideas as you go along. So there's the base, which you probably could use for something else one day. You never know. Okay, so now I've done that. Now what I should have also had handy, which I do not have, is a circle for the bottom. Now, we could use this piece of milk carton, okay? This will work just as like, because there's a plastic milk bottle, cart piece, and if we're going to do a fairy house this size, I'm going to actually make the bottom bigger, okay? I'm going to use the bottom, I'll make a bigger base for the one I'm going to do, but I'm just going to show you now how to do this, which is a shame I don't have a big enough piece of plastic to do that with, or base part, so I never thought about this, you know. I wasn't even thinking, hang on a minute, I've got a box here. And it's a triangle, I wonder if that'll make a big, because when I put it on here, I want it to make a big enough garden. Wait a minute, I've lost my chook eggs. Where did that go? Oh my goodness. I'm going to do a tutorial later on them too. I made a little nest of bird eggs for fairies. So this is a box. This box would work, wouldn't it now, for the base? Because it's got, okay. And then you're going to have a garden, okay? So we're going to be able to use that. So now I want to cut this down the centre, or whatever. I'll go up this line here so I've got it reasonably straight. Reasonably straight, okay. Like that. So you've got, now carefully bend it out so it'll be open like so. And that way you'll be able to see inside the fairy house. You see? Like that. Now I'm going to actually make a circle. I'll draw around that bit so I can cut that out to there. Oh, it maybe come up that way and around here, and I'll make this little garden, which after, you know, you don't have to settle with that size. I'm just going to show you how I put this onto the base. You don't have to settle for that size little garden. So you've got a piece of, you know what, I've got a good size chipboard in there, I could use it, but we'll go with this part to start with, because this will be a lot easier when I go to put it together. Then I can make a bigger garden around the outside afterwards, okay? Clear as mud. Anyway, if you just can follow my basic idea, now I've got all these bits. Didn't turn out much bigger than the plastic piece. But anyway, so now you see, once you've got that, you can always put a bigger piece under the bottom, bigger piece of good stuff, which I can't reach now, to hold that in place. So now I'm going to cut a bit out. Just cut a bit out of there, because we need to see inside without it turning too far, okay? So let's cut a piece out of that. And I suppose you can always put it back or build another wall if things go south, you know. So there, if you can see that, that's what we've got so far. Okay. Now, if I was thinking earlier, I could have done this a little bit different. So, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do it the way I did before. So I went along now and I drew a line across here about whatever you use. I suppose you don't have to use the coffee. There must be other things that come in these sort of containers, because this is a really good thing. It goes back together pretty good. So now I'm going to make some little cuts in this. Now, when I did the other one that I was making, I never thought to take out the occasional piece, you know, because that's what I think is a good idea to cut out these things, make it look like little alligator teeth or something. I don't know, whatever they would be like, I guess. So this is how you do this bit. Now, if you need to fast forward, yes, you know, because I can't do that yet. I know I say I'm going to learn this thing, but you know, the time doesn't come across when you have time to do that. So I'm just going to keep cutting away here. I shouldn't be too long. I don't want to make this go for too long, but as long as it takes, I suppose. Now, for the roof, I just used a piece of a tissue box for my other fairy house roof. But there's lots of things you could use. I mean, that was just a cardboard base for it. Now, so you've got all that there, and you want to go and you just want to bend these up. Okay. Now I'll do this time with hot glue. I did not do that the last time. I haven't used it for ages. I started using it again today. Burnt myself straight off from the word go. And sorry about all this flipping about and stuff. This is how I craft them, sorry. Anyway, so that's going to go there like that. If you can see that that is actually going to stick on to the base of the piece of card. So what I want to do, I think I might go around this little trail a bit with the glue gun and put a bit on at a time. No, I have to go as fast as I can here. Quick now, quick. And set it on there. Make sure it's sticking. Nothing worse than things coming apart when they get to where they're going. It's not a very good look at all. So, let me see if I can get this stuck down there quickly. I don't want to take too much time. Now, to be honest with you, that was awesome. I got it done before. Now, I've put this right back to the edge of that piece of card, and you can do the same, or you can put it over further if you want to. But this is what that's going to be like there, and that should hold that really good. And then like I said, I'm going to put a piece of something heavier under the base of it when I get to find it in here somewhere. I know I've had it, so it's there. Don't nobody panic, because and then that might be a good little shape for a garden anyway up the front. Now the thing with this is the contents is going to have to be very small too. You know what you make to put in here, because that's the idea. I really would like to make stuff. I'm going to be making stuff to put in it. Now you can see here where this is extremely crooked. I would have should have cut out some little windows first. I will just do that now. Might even follow the thing of the coffee cup here. Ooh, this looks tricky, son. You don't want to do this. I don't think it's going to cut you. Oh dear. I do have a good little pair. Here we go. Good little pair of scissors. But whether they'll cut through this is another thing, because it'll be nicer if I can do it without that terrible knife. Now get the bigger scissors in here. Now I'm using my best pair of scissors, okay? Because I decided I'm going to have to buy another pair. That's just how it's going to be, you know. So we need a hole for a window. And I wish I had. I'll just have a scratch around in there and see if I can find these, because it's worth doing properly if you've got the right thing. You see, oh dear, I do have one of those knives. I think I've left that out in the other room, because I've been doing things all through the house because of the being too hot. Now I've got a knife. I've got one of these X-Acto knives, which I'm going to cut my fingers off. Maybe I should do it this way, Sonia. Well, that's useless. Yeah, so we should have did the hole first for the window, okay? Or a square one would have been easier. Gonna get fancy, Sonia. Gee, this is tough, this thing to cut. I don't remember this being like this when I did it before. I used the same thing. Here we go, here's a pair. getting the right sort of scissors, obviously. I'm going to go around in a circle. There we go. Now we've got something happening. Here we go. Now there's a window. Alright. Now I'm not going to torture you with doing another window. I just wanted to show you now, when you get this far, it'll be really exciting, except for when this part comes unstuck. Won't be very good at all. When you get that far, you want to probably put another window in there. I would. There's another coffee thing there. I can cut that out. All you need to do then is to get yourself some tissues. Tissue paper, tissues. What did I do with mine? Here. I've got white dwelly things. Now, it's up to you whether you paint it first with gesso. I actually did that because of the colour. Because it's really dark. So I did paint with gesso, and I will do this one, but I want to just give you a little idea. Now you want some wet glue. Now with this glue, it is really good if you use very thin paper. I've got this here. It's a kids craft glue, hobby UH, and it works so good. I've actually been using it this morning. As you can see, I've got it all over me. And I'll do the inside a bit because I'm just going to put the glue on there and cover it with the tissue, with a serviette thing. Now this is only a really thin serviette that I buy because I use them like, they're going out of style. And then you can go over the top of it and it all sticks down and it covers it all, and you just tear it up and put it on till you cover the whole lot, okay? Now I've got to paint the outside, that's why I'm not going to show you it, but I would then turn that round there and do that bit like so. But you want to cover all this. And when I was doing the other one, I'm talking about the other one, which I'll come back anyway when I put gesso on this and show you. Oh no, don't sit down, it won't cover it. Because I'd be covering it for ages to try and cover up the colour. I suppose it wouldn't really matter, because if I could paint it, I'm going to either paint it or something with it later, and you won't be able to see it. But I put that on there because I wanted to put some texture to it. I wanted it to have, look like this. See, you got to have the texture people use when they're doing a bit of mixed media. You just put it on. It just, you're sticky, and you just put it on until it's all really nice, and then you want to go around and check it all, make sure you've done it really good and you haven't missed any spots, and just continue on doing that. Oh, there goes my window. Don't cover your window, Sonia, because you want to cut that out, and you don't want that to be too hard to do. But I'll just move that back a bit, and then I can cut the window out after. But if I just keep on putting a bit more over that anyway, and I can paint this, or I do have some other stuff there that I can cover it with. So to do this part of it, all you need to do, so if you give you a chance to catch up with me, I'm just going to go now, and I will finish doing the covering of it, and then I might put a solid base on the bottom here, so I can, you want something substantial. Maybe I'll make it out so it'll come like that, Actually, what you could use, which I just realised now that I have, I need to, here's a piece of this. I could use the chipboard, or with the other one I bought a round piece of timber, really thin piece it was, that you use for doing painting on, like, what do you call it? It's not coming to me that anyway, I bought this round nice flat piece of board, and that's what I'm using because I want a round garden, and I probably will want the same with this here, so I might cut this sort of an ovally thing like that. I'll glue that onto there. Or you can also use a what's the name, one of these canvases, because you can buy these in all different sizes. I don't know if you can buy round ones. I haven't really seen any, but you just want something because you're going to put a garden out the front. We're going to build a little garden, so if you can get that far, like get your whatever. Actually, for the base of this as well, you can also use a plastic container. So if you've got something like a bottle, milk bottle, drink bottle, or whatever. This one was pink milk. My daughter's boyfriend drinks this, and I just scavenged that. But you can just use one of these and cut that out to make the round, or you can even do it into a square. But I think the roundness of the house will be a lot easier to handle than it going into a square. So that's the first part of the fairy house. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go now, and I'm going to come back and show you now how to make a bed for the fairy. I made the fairy a bed, and I'm really excited about the fairy's bed, so I'm going to come back here now and show you what it's like, how to do one too. Alright, I won't be a minute. Bye bye.